Okay, continuing with our written portion. This would be from measure 9 of the prelude. We'll sort of start making quick work of this because I've explained so much already. They don't have to explain it again, I don't think. Okay, get this set up here. You know, sometimes you do this rather quickly because that get this absolutely accurate is not too terribly important. Okay, now we're on measure 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is A and C. That didn't look good. Ah, much better. And A and C, E, G and C. All right. Yeah, I'm not getting these on the proper line here. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Okay, line, and so on. So A, C, E, G. A, C, E, G is a 4-note chord. Okay, a quadrichord. So it's a 7th chord. A is the root A, C, E, G. So it's a submediate. All right, the root, the minor 3rd. A, C, E is the 5th. A, C, E, G is the minor 7th. And C is the minor 3rd. Okay, and being with a minor 3rd and minor 7th, it is a 7th chord or a quadrichord. But in any case, either way, it is minor. That takes care of that. Okay, let's go ahead here with a nice bar line. And we go to measure 10. Which is a D dominant, D, F sharp and C, and your 5th in the left hand. Okay. D, F sharp, A, C. This is the root, the major 3rd, and the minor 7th. One step below the upper root there. And it is a diminished 5th because you brought up the bottom note. So if F to C would be a regular 5th, perfect 5th, and raising this makes it into a diminished 5th, which of course is a tritone, the characteristic interval of the dominant. And in the left hand you get the root and the 5th. And it is the dominant. This dominant is so important because number 1, it's based upon the supertonic. You're in the key of C major, so that's the submediate, but that's the supertonic. So you have a dominant on the supertonic. For some odd reason, theory books do not accept this analysis. Well, the reason they don't have a second definition of the dominant. The first definition is the function. You know, the 5th note of a chord built upon the 5th note of the scale. Nor do they have the second contrasting definition as the dominant as an identity, an oral identity that you can hear and is made up of the characteristic intervals of the major third and minor seventh, which is a tritone. Too bad. Too bad. Okay, let's continue here. 9, 10, 11. Okay. The 11th measure now. How are we doing? Are we doing okay? I think we are. 9, 10, 11 is just simply a G major. Your G and your B, and then your D, G, and B. This is all simple. Once you get going at these things, they moving right along because you've gone through all of the all the analysis of it and so on. We don't need that analysis, but you've got to do it at the very beginning to understand how this thing works. Okay, let's just check it. Okay, it's a G major. Okay, 9, 10, 11, the measure, 11th measure. 9, 10, 11, that's correct. Okay, we're all set. So G, B, D, and G, B, that's all a major triad on the dominant. So we have a 6, 2, 5, next one will be a 1, right? Well, we'll see. G is the root, B is the major third, G, B, D is the fifth, G is the root, and B is the major third, the uppermost note of the chord. Let's move along here. I want to make this as neat as possible so that you can know what you're talking about. Whoops, that didn't do. Well, this is frustrating. Haha. There we go. Okay. Okay, 9, 10, 11, the 12th bar. Okay. 9, 10, 11, 12. You got a G and a B flat in the lower portion. Now you got a whole bunch of accidentals here, so let's do this rather carefully. That was carelessly done, but, well, let's do a little bit better. Don't like carelessly done at all. Light, and then a heart shape. We can move that bottom note a little bit. There we go. Now, in the right hand we've got E, G, C sharp. Okay, this is a chord that theorists have no idea how to handle. Nobody seems to know. They just regard it as a diminished seventh chord. A diminished seventh chord is made up of minor thirds or augmented seconds. Well, G to B flat's a minor third. Let's see, what else do we have here? E to G is a minor third. G to C sharp, but you've got a B flat in between there. So G to B flat would be a minor third. Then B flat to C sharp is an augmented second, which is the same thing as a minor third. So everything is just diminished here. So you could call it a diminished chord on what though? What is your root? They're all the same interval, and there's a step and a half. Either a minor third or an augmented second. Okay, this is a situation where no diminished seventh chord is functionable. In other words, it doesn't have a root. There's a missing root. You have to find out what the root is, all right? Now, there are two tritones in the diminished seventh chord. Let's see if we can find them. All right, BDF. All right, B, D, F, well, G, B, D, or G, B, G to C sharp is a tritone. G, B, C is a fourth, that'd be an augmented fourth. Okay. What else do we have with it? G. Well, that's what we have here. I was doing it from here, but here we have a G right here. We have an augmented right here. We have a fourth which has been made a half step smaller. I mean half step larger, excuse me. So it's an augmented fourth. An augmented fourth is always your tritone. Let's see what we can figure out from here. Now, the other tritone would be probably, let's see, B flat to E, possible. Let's not worry about that right now. Okay, now either one of these notes in a tritone can be the third or the seventh. If we take the G as the major third of this, which was the missing root, then G is the major third of E flat. That doesn't make any sense here. If we use C sharp as the major third, C sharp is the major third of A. Now A would be the submediant. Not too bad, okay. That'd be your major third. Let's see if this works out. Major third, there's the minor seventh. A, C sharp, E is the fifth. The minor seventh. And this would be your minor ninth. A up a half step above the root would be the, now a step above the root is the ninth, but up a half step from the root is the minor ninth. Remember, a half step below the root is the major seventh, or a whole step below the root is the minor seventh. Okay, so what we have here, let's just see how it works out. Now, when we have a missing root, we put a little zero there. That's not to be confused with a diminished fifth. When you put it against a letter like this, it means missing root. And we have the minor ninth. Minor ninth. Okay. There's your four measures. Okay, your D is the missing root. Let's see how this plays out on the next measure. Now that would be the beginning of the next 4 bars, but let's go ahead and do this so we get an idea of how this works out. Because I think you're going to find this rather interesting here. Okay, now we've got a bar, a brace that is, and the treble clef, and the bass clef. Okay, now your next measure after this, now here's your 9, 10, 11, 12. Here's your 13th measure. Now this is D minor, obviously. D, F sharp, A, period. F sharp and A, that'd be your major third and your fifth, the root and the fifth. So A and C. A and C. Then your D, A, and D in the treble. Let's just check it out. Okay, that'd be over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's the 13th measure there. Okay, that's correct. Now, that bottom note bothers me a little bit. Maybe both of them do, I don't know. That one does a little bit too. Then your A, and the C above it. I think that's a little bit nicer. Okay, A, D, F, A, C. Let me check that once more. The 13th bar. 13, F and A. Nope, didn't get that right. F and A. Then you need D, A, and so on there. Okay, I think I have that okay. Now, we've got D to A. Well, D is probably the root. D, F, A, and there's nothing else. So it's a minor triad. There's only 3 notes, D, F, D, F, A. There's no C. Okay, D, F is the minor third. D, F, A is the 5th. D is the root, the 5th, and the uppermost note is the root. It is a minor. And D is the root, so it's a supertonic. Now, 6 it is. I didn't get this down here. What comes after 6? Now, if D is the root, what chord comes after D? D? No, that's not correct. A. A is the root. Let's change this here. That's the root. D, no, A, all right, A is the root. A, C sharp is the major third. There we have it. So what is it? Because I was thinking about this over here, the D over here. So A is the supertonic. Oh, there's something really screwy here. No, I see what the problem is. This is a 6, which is A, and this is D. D is the root. D is the root. Okay, now A to D. Isn't that just simply key circle? You know, B, E, A, D, G, C, and so on. So that is, and 6 goes to 2. Now this starts to make sense that the A was the root with the major third, the minor 7th, the tritone here, the characteristics of this dominant on A, the missing root. Okay, that works out. Well, so that's it. Now then, the missing root is not my little thing. I've got 3 books that I can refer you to 3 sources concerning the missing root. And I shall do it possibly in the written portion with my word processor, but right now we're on this particular video. Okay, so what do we have here? We've got the function, we've got the identity and the identifier. Have you got all the notes there? Okay, now let's continue here. This next is going to be very interesting also. Okay, 6 to 2 is normal. Now then, this is then the 13th bar. Okay, let's just make sure that we have this all correct here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th bar. Correct, okay. Here's the 14th bar, and we've got some more accidentals here in a flat, which is unusual for this. We've got sharps, but a flat, So what's this? F to A flat. And then the upper section is DF, DF and B. Okay. Improve that D a little bit. D, F, and B. Okay. Still don't like that. F to A flat. Much nicer. F to A flat is a minor third. A flat to what would be a minor third or an augmented second. Let's see, A to A flat to B. There you go. A to B is a major second. A flat to B is an augmented second. So there's your, again, a minor second, minor third, augmented second. That's a minor. So they're all equal distance. If you put it in line, or space, space, space. So for instance, F and A flat, F, A flat, and B. So if you play those notes, they were all makes a diminished seventh chord. Now again, we look for the tritone. There are two tritones in every diminished chord. But look, we've got this F to B. F to B flat would be a normal fourth. F to B natural, it's not marked natural because it's not flatted to begin with. But F to B is an augmented fourth. Sharp 4, which is a tritone. Okay. If you use F is the major third, F is the major third of D flat. That wouldn't make too much sense in this whole situation, except D flat, F, A flat. See, it starts making a little bit of sense, but let's try the other one. B. B is the major third of G. Well, right there, then we have the major third and the minor seventh. And G is the missing root. So G is the root. And G is 5. Isn't this interesting? Now we have 6, 2, 5. Aha, it's starting to make a little bit of sense now when we work with these tritones and these diminished seventh chords. All right, if G is the root, F is the minor seventh, A flat is the minor ninth, GBD is the fifth, GBDF is the minor seventh, and B is the major third, the uppermost note. Okay, major third, minor seventh is the tritone. Okay, again, the dominant is, because we've got the tritone, it's a dominant, but it's a missing root, so we indicate it with that little circle. And then we've got that minor ninth, which is the A flat. Minor ninth. Putting this down a little bit. Okay, now let's make our bow line here. We're not done with this yet. We got to take a look at the next one. What does the next chord look like? Okay. So we got, first of all, 2 to 5. Hold on here. A to D, which is 2. Oh, this is 6. 6 to 2. Okay, that's A dominant to D minor. Okay. This is going to be, this is going to be a G dominant. I wonder what goes to C, because 6 goes to 2, 2 goes to 5, and 5 should go to 1. Well, let's check that out. All right. got 13, 13 here, and the B flat. Now then E and G, and then the upper notes are C, G, and C. There they are. So we've done the first two bars there, 13 and 14. Now we're on 15. C, G, and C. Okay. Now that's obviously C major. Oh, 1. So now by finding the missing root, which is G, which is the 5th note of the C major scale, which is a dominant missing root, minor 9, then we take that to the tonic. All right, that's easy. The root, the 5th, the root is the uppermost note. C, E is the major 3rd, and G is the 5th, and it's tonic. So we have 5 to 1. Excellent, excellent. Let's continue a little bit here. Okay, 13, 14, 15, now 16. All right. (13, 14, 15, 16). All right, now then, in this chord we have the E and the F, and the right hand, the A, C, and F. Let's take this going down. A, C, F, C, and then A below it. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. We're all set. Just checking here. Okay, that's correct. That's correct. With the B on top. Yeah, we got it. The B. Okay. So good. Good, good, good. And let's put our bar line in here. And then let's go ahead and write in the analysis for the chord. Again, when two notes are side by side, the F is going to be the root. So F is the root, and a half step below F, which is E. E to F is a half step, F down to E is a half step. So this is the major 7th, which is the lowermost note. Again, F is the root. FA is this major 3rd. FAC is the 5th. And it's major. It's a quadrad, or a major 7th. We've got the major 7th, and we've got the major 3rd. Bingo. There's 1, 2, 3. There's your next 4 bars. Now, C is what? In terms of the key of... No, F is what in the key of C? Well, that's 4. Now, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4 is straight, basic key circle. This is the amazing thing about this theory, and it is a theory, but it seems to work out quite nicely. The theory of the missing root. But you've got to hear the tritone, and you've got to hear that major 3rd and the minor 7th. You've got to understand that it is the characteristic of the dominant, with or without a root. We've had it with a root many times. Right up here we have the supertonic dominant. Supertonic was there, D. Well, there's your tritone, F sharp and C, dominant. Here's your tritone, F to B, is dominant, but we didn't have a root in there. So G is the missing root. So now we've got 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your fourth measure there. Okay, I hope that this is starting to make a little sense. Now I've done actually 8 measures here. So in the video, I'll have to do 8 measures because that's what I have written here. But I wanted to take it on to show you that this, with the missing root, it all makes sense. 6, 2, 5. 6, 2, 5, and then continuing 1, 4. Everything is based upon the logic or the basic syntax of the key circle. Does that make some sense? I hope it does. Your job, copy this out. Copy out 1 measure at a time, 1 4 measure at a time. Then start working on it. And I'll do it on the video, 1 4 measure. And it'll be a little bit longer video because I want to cover 8 measures. So I do first of all these 4 bars, which would be let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. No, this is 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The next will be from the 17th on. And it gets a little bit very interesting from here on out also. But let's let that be for right now, because we've got that worked out with the logic of the key circle. Okay, enough for now.